1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4. Oh, my voice is cracking. This is no bueno, no bueno. Mic test, mic test. What is this? What is up? It's your boy Aing here, bringing to you guys a brand new freaking video, man. So look, listen, today we got a fun one. Today we got an exciting one. Today we got a banger. First and foremost, how you been? I hope you've been well. Happy New Year. Happy Christmas. Merry Christmas. I hope you had a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I wanted to start off the year with where we're at with the Toyota Tundra. I wanted to go over all the modifications I've done to the truck. I have a goal for 2025, but it kind of shifted. So stay tuned, okay? Because a lot of you guys are older, wiser than me, and I would love a sense of direction. But without further ado, let's go ahead and walk around my Toyota Tundra. Let's start off with the side of the truck. Unfortunately, there's not too much going on. Just looks like a white work truck. The only thing I've done that you can see from the side of the truck are the wheels and tires. I took the stock wheels that were on my Toyota Tundra off because, well, they were a little bit too much old man. Nonetheless, these are Rocktrix RT105s or Rocktrix RT107s. I can't remember, and I got gloves on, and I don't want to pull out my phone. So that's what we're going with. They're an 18x9 with a plus 12 offset. It gives you just a little bit of poke on the Toyota Tundra. I think it's perfect. On my Toyota Tacoma, I went with a negative 12. I'm glad I didn't do a negative 12 on these because they would have stuck out too much, like way too much. Positive 12 is absolutely perfect. And actually up front, looking at the front, it looks like I'm gonna be able to clear bigger tires when I get to that. It's far away enough from the upper control arm, but we're definitely gonna rub and we're gonna have to do some chopping, but that's fine for me. I prefer a cab mount chop than having to run spacers. So just something to consider if you're looking to do bigger tires. I'm starting to realize this body line doesn't really add up. Let me go check the other side. Yeah, the other side's just as bad. It's a little weird. All right, whatever. Another thing is the windows. The windows are tinted, 5% up front on top of whatever came from the factory, and then 5% up front. I will admit, if you are coming from a smaller vehicle and you're going into a bigger vehicle, don't tint your windows right away. Understand what a turning radius is and get used to the turning radius of the new vehicle. Why? Because at dark, if there's anything around me, still after like a year of ownership, I'm hitting it. I really can't see too well out of the truck. 5% is a little bit dark, but I spent like $400 on the tint, so I'm not going to take it off because I don't got money like that. Definitely it makes the truck look a lot better, so I'll get out of the way real quick. See, I think it looks pretty cool. Also, you can't really see inside of the truck, which is something that I like about it. Also, we went with the one that protects it from the sun, protects it, like the interior, so it doesn't get as hot. I will say my Corolla, we spent like $100 to tint the windows, and that one is garbage. You can feel the heat versus this one. Yeah, you definitely can feel the heat prevention. All right, moving on to this angle of the truck, the exhaust. The exhaust has been a headache and a half. I thought that when I got my V8 Toyota Tundra, it was gonna be a mean machine. Not at all, at least not yet. So this Toyota Tundra was not the first one I test drove. I test drove a TRD Pro and I loved the way it sounded. Sounded amazing. So those have a TRD Pro catback exhaust and a TRD air box. Air box, air intake, you get what I'm trying to say. Also, these gloves are not working at all. I've spent too much money, like way too much money on my exhaust, at least me. Poor people numbers, it was a lot of money. I spent like $600, okay? Thank you, plane. The reason I bring up the TRD Pro is because when I drove the TRD Pro, I really enjoyed the sound. I enjoyed how it made me feel when I accelerated onto the highway. When you're sitting, you can feel that rumble. It made you feel like a man. Stock, not so much. But let me say something. These 5.7s have a tendency to kind of drone. Like even a stock exhaust drones a little bit. It's a truck, so deal with it. Nonetheless, I went to Maryland and got scammed. I got scammed hard. I watched myself get scammed. I paid to get scammed. And yeah, I don't know what was wrong with me. It was like I was dazed or he did magic on me. I don't know. Nonetheless, the worst money I've ever spent. If you guys are interested, I will make a video on that. And I recorded the whole thing and I had a whole video made for it, but I never made it public because I was so embarrassed of how atrocious that actually was. But then a company reached out to me. I think the exhaust is like $500. I put that exhaust on the truck took the other one off, and I regretted that as well. Not because that company was not good. It sounded great, but the drone was just too much. It gets annoying. Like if you have a loud exhaust and you're driving the truck all the time, it gets annoying. I went back to the stock exhaust. To find a stock exhaust, guys, I'm in Virginia. I drove all the way to Pittsburgh, like 4 hours. This is a 2nd gen Tundra, but so is a 2010. I didn't read the Facebook description. The exhaust came off of a 2010 Toyota Tundra. So, I don't know how old the exhaust is on my truck. Probably 15 years old. If I do change it, the only companies that I will do this for is Carvin, because they seem to make a good product, and the TRD Pro exhaust. But you guys know how Facebook Marketplace goes. Sometimes you find them, sometimes you don't. And well, I got the money sitting for whenever it comes up. Alrighty, so now the back of the truck. As soon as I got this truck home, I was ecstatic. I was super happy. The camera's over here. And what happened was the truck, when I first got it, was very chromed out. It had the chrome wheels, so I wanted just to tie everything in because I didn't want to modify it right away. But I got this, the Amazon Special Tundra inlay. And I gotta say, it actually looks pretty good. I went with the big baller ones. These are metal, you can't tell, but I'm not lying to you, they are metal. And then I went ahead and made the truck kind of my own. So I had a Toyota Tacoma, if you don't know, now you know. That Toyota Tacoma had a bunch of lights, and when I gave it to my mom and dad, they weren't a fan of all the lights, so I took some of them off. I left some of them on, but I took a lot of them off. And well, I had them lying around. I haven't even made a video on this, so if you haven't seen this, these are pretty cool. I was under the truck doing the ditch light install for Dial Dynamics, and then I saw there was a bunch of spots where I could hook these up. So I put these back here, and when I'm running my truck in the cold, it's that cold. I meant to say night, but I said cold. When I'm running my truck at night, I can hit a button on my aux beam switch panel, hint hint, coming later in the video, and it'll light them up. I think it looks super cool, but it doesn't look complete. So bed rack, KB Voodoo, where you at? Hello, KB Voodoo. Someone tag KB Voodoo and send them this, please. Don't do that, don't waste your time. I'll probably email them. That's pretty much all I have. The bed is frozen, so I can't show you. I can't show you what's in there. But as far as inside, I don't have anything on the inside yet. I will eventually. Again, KB, I definitely want a bed rack system. It's just eventually. So we're moving up to the front of the truck, but first I want to talk about the sponsor of this video. I'm kidding, there's no sponsor. I want to talk about the Sumo Springs. I have them in the front and the rear. They are absolutely money. I am a really big fan of Sumo Springs. I love the products. I like how durable they are. There's a lot of things on the market that are cool, but they don't perform as cool. Marketing brought to you by Aing. If you camp a lot, you tow a lot, if you carry things in the bed a lot, I definitely recommend them. Even if you just drive your truck a lot, they make handling these big trucks way better. So there is a dip in the road on 95, if you know, around here, 95 north, and you hit it, and when I first got the truck, it would like hit and like mosey on down. But now you hit it and you hit the dip and it goes pretty smooth after that. I enjoy them very, very much. Also in the bed, when I put a lot of weight in the bed, like 200, 300, maybe 400 pounds at most camping. I'm exaggerating, I think like 300 pounds. The truck doesn't sag. You may be saying that's not a lot of weight, that's why it doesn't. Well, when I didn't have my Sumo Springs, they would sag. So where most of the modifications are actually at are in the front. So let's go take a look. All right, y'all, so we are in the belly of the beast. This front end is absolutely money. There's a lot of stuff that I still want to do to the truck, but again, we'll talk about that later. Nonetheless, up front is where the majority of the modifications are at. I personally think the truck looks pretty good, but not as good as it could. Let's talk about what we got. We'll work our way from the top down to the bottom. Starting off with the Dial Dynamics ditch lights. These are the SS3 and then the SSC1 pods. We'll call them C1s. So the C1 pods and the SS3s, dude, they're so good. If you are going to do any light modification, ditch lights are the ones that make your truck look the coolest, but also perform really, really well, because you can use the SS3s kind of like a light bar and then use the C1s as a ditch light. If I wasn't gonna do any other lighting modifications, then I would do that. If you're looking for performance and coolness, that's what I would go with, but we went for it all. Moving on down, we got the form headlights. These are absolutely money. I really like how they transform the look of the truck. It gives it more of a meaner, aggressive look. I will say, the chrome kind of makes these not that cool. I have plans to change a lot of this. So once that's done, these will look a lot better. These are sequential and they make the truck more updated. Also, they are extremely bright, like no joke bright. People high beam me and get upset with me quite often about these lights, but hey, they look very dang cool. I was freaking out. I couldn't see the light bars. They're in here though. I got an additional 2 light bars inside of there in amber, okay? Wow. Sorry, there's a cool guy driving by. So back here, I have 2 light bars, and they are the light bars, the light source that I use the most. Out of everything that I have on the truck, these lights are what I use the most because they are pointed so perfectly right in front of you, like right at your line of sight. They light up the road in amber and they break up the snow. They break up, you know, the lines. Like if you need to be able to see the white lines better, those are absolutely money. I like this kit from Dial Dynamics a lot because it makes your Tundra really, really unique. Like unique from not just other Tundras, but other vehicles. A lot of trucks don't have grills. Well, a lot of trucks do have grills. A lot of cars don't have lights behind their grills, is what I'm trying to say. And they make your truck look pretty sweet. Nonetheless, down here, we got the big boy light bar. This thing is absolutely sick, okay? If you need to see from here to Mars, this is the one you're gonna do it with, all right? This thing is 100% white light, and it is an absolute LED beast. It is absolutely insane. I'll link that video because words just don't do it justice. Next up, we got the fog lights from Dial Dynamics. Another thing, I don't know. I don't understand how Dial Dynamics does it. They just do it so well. I could talk about these lights all the time. Everywhere I go, I try to show them off. Every time I talk to somebody, I try to show them off. You right now are part of that. They are really, really good lights. I love them a lot. Oh, one last thing, hold on. All right, so right here, inside we got a supercharger from Magnuson. Aux beam switch panels. Ooh, check out the branding right there. Hello. Merch coming soon. I'm kidding, it's not. I got this jacket from a company, like where I worked, and I didn't like their logo, so I took off their logo and put mine on there. Anyways, switch panel. It's absolutely awesome. It's a unit, 12 button switch panel. Bet you can't say that 10 times fast. All the lights that you see are connected to this, and it works like a tap. It runs like a tap. I'm not sure why I'm trying to use phrases I don't know how to say, but it works really well. I love it. I can't say enough good things about it. Hold on, let me show you something cool. All right, so having 12 buttons is cool, but can you say remote control? Hello. So with this remote control, you can be anywhere in the United States. I'm kidding, you have to be kind of close to the truck. I know some applications let you do it with their phone, but that's kind of whack. Like, hold on, dude, let me pull out my phone. Like, you're in the middle of a conversation. But if you pull this bad boy out, first off, conversation starter, hello. I just think it's super sick. Whenever someone gets in my car, I kind of like try to put it on the mirror, you know, in the mirror on there to dangle so people think I'm cool or whatever. Like, maybe I'm a nerd. I think that's what I'm coming to realize. But nonetheless, this thing is an absolute unit. So as far as the interior, the only modification that I've done so far is the Desaita head unit. People talk about it. They say that it's bad. They say that it won't work in the cold. It works in the cold. It was 7 degrees today. Turned on my truck, booted up right away. People say it's glitchy. It works all the time. I get their skepticism, but to try to slander somebody without any proof, not cool. I like it. I enjoy it. If you're looking for a good head unit for your Toyota Tundra, it works. And well, I'll make a longer video later, maybe in like 6 months, to keep you guys posted. As of right now, 3 months in, we're solid. All right, so let's talk about what I want to do to the truck, and then we'll get to the veggies. Let's have our dessert first, and then we can talk about the nasties. So first and foremost, the Toyota Tundra as it sits, honestly, kind of embarrassing. The tires, I honestly thought the tires were going to sit on there for a month at very most. Okay, I had plans to go crazy with the truck. Not crazy, I mean, standard modification stuff. As far as the truck, what I want to do to it, I want to lift it. I don't want to go too crazy. I think I might lift it to probably like a TRD Pro height, like 2.5 inches up front and then like 1 inch in the back, because I do like keeping that factory rake. As far as the front end, I want to wrap as much of the chrome as I can and make it white and black. The bumper cap down there, also make it white. Hear me out, crazy suggestion. I want to make this truck look very aggressive. So I want to take off the whole front bumper, and I want to get a very slimlined, high clearance bumper. I think that would look absolutely sick. I don't know if you agree with me. I hope you do, because then I can be like, hey babe, they agree with me. Bigger tires. I don't know if I want to go to 35s. Everyone says to go to 35s because the truck is geared for it, has the power for it. But I'm kind of scarred, okay? The Tacoma scarred me. Getting to 33s took so much money and it wasn't fun. As far as suspension, Bilstein is, you know, what I normally go to. I know a lot of people run Fox on these and Kings, but I feel like Bilstein is just, you can't go wrong. Either 6112s or 5100s. I like how it rides now, so I'm not in a rush to do it, but again, later. We'll talk about the dilemma. I also want to put something up here, like a roof rack. That's usually what goes up here, right? And I want to get another one of these bad boys, a light bar, and put it up top. Pretty much, I want this truck to be an absolute beast. I want it to be that truck. I want it to be a showstopper. As far as the back of the truck, a bed rack, okay? Probably to the height of the cab, and I want to put a lot of stuff on it. Like, you know, the typical Overlander type stuff. But I don't want to overdo it because daily driver, miles per gallon, it's miles per gallon. I can't feel my fingers at all. These gloves are trash. The chase lights that I have down there, I want to put more on the truck, like accessorize it. I also want to do the rock light kit on this truck and TRD Pro exhaust or carbon exhaust. So that's everything that I want to do except for this one. Okay, this is my dream. Since I got the Toyota Tundra, this has like been my dream truck. And I always told Sandy I wanted to have a supercharged V8 Toyota Tundra by Magnuson. So we're at the beginning of the year. If we can grow this channel big enough, bigger than my arms can reach, we can reach out to Magnuson and be like, hey, would you like to sponsor the channel? Would you like to help me with the purchase of a Magnuson, not the time, plane. 5.7 with Magnuson. It's just, you can't beat it. It's just so good. So those are the modification plans that I have. And I can do most of those, depending if companies, you know, want to work with me. I can do those relatively fast. But the problem is it's really weird. But now I'm 25 and something switched in my brain and was like, how about, hear me out, crazy suggestion, how about we try to pay the truck off? And I was like, wow, that's a decent suggestion, me. How about we think about it? I don't have the money to pay it off, obviously, because, well, then it would be paid off. But I make, you know, okay money. I could put more money to it and pay it off. Realistically, if I was Gazelle Intense, Dave Ramsey fans out there, if I was Gazelle Intense, maybe like a year. So I owe like 40K, 40,000. Is that a lot of money for you? It is for me. So I could pay it off in like a year or two, and then I'd have it paid off, and then we could do whatever we want to it, because then it would be my truck, not mine in the banks. But the amount of modifications that I want to do to it isn't like it's crazy. It's not like it's $20,000, $30,000 worth of modifications. It's like $5,000. But that would bring the down to, you know, 35. So that's what I'm kind of considering. I'm thinking about just doing the modifications, but then I'm thinking about just paying off the truck. I don't know. It's not like I have the money to pay it off. It's just the money would go towards it instead of modifications. And up for the adventure, if you're watching this video right now, I'm calling you out, buddy. I know. Sell the truck. Okay, pay off the truck, buy Sandy a ring. I get it. He's saying the truth though. I gotta admit, he usually gives good advice. So if you need advice, up for the adventure, comments, he's pretty good. So yeah, that's the dilemma. Other than that, we are going to continue adventuring, camping, doing fun stuff. We haven't gone out because of this. This gear that I use is so atrocious and I need better gear. So more videos to come. I appreciate if you watched all the way to the end of the video. If you have, you're a legend and you're the reason I make these videos. So thank you very much. I would appreciate if you like, comment, and subscribe because it's helping me do fun things to this truck. And I hope you guys enjoy that and get to enjoy from a nice, cozy, warm house because I'm freezing right now. I honestly can't feel my toes and the video's over.